Vanity Fair did a special feature on Farrah Fawcett and Michael Jackson, and Ryan O'Neal was one of the people who was interviewed because he had an on-again, off-again relationship with Farrah Fawcett and also had some kids with her, right? Yeah, Ryan O'Neal is a freaky guy. He scares me. He talks about the funeral and how he saw his daughter and didn't even recognize her, so he hit on her.
Yeah, that's super creepy. When I saw that headline, I thought, nah, he's just playing, or it means something else. He didn't really hit on his own daughter. Nah, he hit on his own daughter.
Right. Her name's Tatum. She went up to him and gave him a hug, you know. And she was sobbing and crying or whatever. And he said, hey, you got a drink? You want to go to the car? And she was like, Dad, it's me, Tatum.
Man, no, but it's great because two reasons why it's great. First, I love the actual quote. It says, you have a drink on you? You have a car? Now, let's imagine for a second it's not his daughter. Like, it's who he thinks it is.
Right.
Just a hot blonde woman he thinks. Who meets someone and says, you have a drink on you? You have a car?
Yeah.
Can you imagine if you met someone and they said that to you?
No, that's the thing. I can't imagine it. I read that quote a couple times over to make sure it was what I thought it was. I'm like, no. There's no way a guy could be that much of a douchebag and actually think it's okay. But it turns out Ryan O'Neal is that much of a douchebag.
And on top of that, he was douchebag to his own daughter. He didn't, and he's like, oh, it's Tatum. Oh, yeah, sorry about that. Now, but here comes creepy point number 2. Mm-hmm. This is at Farrah Fawcett's funeral. The one that he said he was going to marry, remember? He said, oh, yeah, I'm back with her and I'm going to marry her and stuff. He said, as they're putting away the casket, he accidentally hit on his own daughter.
Yeah.
How, like he might, no, wait a minute. We got to talk about this.
Right.
Is he the creepiest guy in the world?
No, we just did a story about a guy who fucked a horse in the ass.
That's a good point. The flip side is, I don't know, man. At least I know Rodell's mentally unbalanced, right? He got mental issues. Rodell's a whole nother category, right? But as far as people who we think are relatively sane, I think this guy's super creepy, man. Okay, now let's get to the other parts of why he's creepy. Mm-hmm. He made his 11-year-old son try cocaine.
Yeah. Look, throughout this interview, he talks about how much he regrets having the kids. He says that. He's like, oh, yeah, if I could do it over, I wouldn't have them.
He says, yeah, I mean, they're either all in jail or should be. Okay, and he said, so, you know, I guess I shouldn't have done it, man. I don't really, yeah. And they don't really like me because I'm an ass. I'm like, really? I didn't see that one coming. Yeah, and they do. All the kids hate him because he apparently, on top of all of this, has uncontrollable rage.
Right.
And one of his sons says, oh, you think he wanted to go back to Farrah Fawcett? He said, no, he did that for the money, Lebowski. As soon as he found out that she had cancer, he rushed back to try to get in her will. And I would have thought, hey, come on, that's out of bounds. You can't say that. But after reading the whole story, I was like, yeah, probably true.
It's conceivable. You know what? It's not that he's creepy. I think sleazy is a better word. I think he's like the sleaziest. He's just like greasy. Like if you held a match near him, he'd like catch on fire.
That's a great point. Score 1 for Kasparian. Okay, new category. Sleaziest guy alive. Match on fire. Think about it.